So authentication has changed. With a token, password, or fingerprint, authentication was a simple decision. The system validates your identity and either allows or denies access to an application. Pretty simple. But good old tokens are being replaced by other types of authentication, such as context, behavioral attributes, and mobile attributes. You're probably thinking that this is old news. Well, yes and no. So we all know what context-based authentication is, but things get interesting when context-based authentication becomes part of cloud access management. Thanks to newer technologies, authentication has become a continuous process. Continuous authentication assesses a range of attributes such as IP address, mobile parameters, known device, or operating system, continuously verifying a person's identity each time they log into an application. In fact, it can do so without the user even knowing. Let's take a look at how this works. The IT manager sets an authentication policy for Salesforce that requires a simple username and password if a user is logging on from the office, and push authentication when the user is logging in remotely. When I get to the office in the morning, I authenticate with a password and I'm in. Later, I pull out my iPad and log into Salesforce during lunch. I use a simple password because I'm still in the office and logging in from an allowed IP address. Later on in the evening, when I log in from my PC at home, I authenticate by approving the push notification sent to my phone. Throughout the day, the access management service is humming along in the background, monitoring my access attributes, and making sure I use the appropriate authentication method each time I logged into Salesforce. Context-based authentication offers many frictionless ways of verifying a person's identity. When it becomes part of an access policy, it allows us to balance user convenience with the ability to apply granular access controls for cloud applications. And this is why continuous authentication, which is based on context-based authentication, is a foundation of cloud access management.